over here in the entrance area to refine it to more of what he ended up pursuing. But and then another thing, this brown coaster, oh god, I think it would look so much better if it was white, because this is like the only brown. I don't know why it's two separate colors. It's like the only brown thing in the entire park, and I'm just like, feels kind of out of place. And then, not that, I mean, you can't really make any realistic claims for this kind of style park, but old coasters were never brown because they had to paint the wood in order to preserve it against the weather and air and stuff, and that's why all old coasters are painted until like the late 80s, early 90s, when they were able to coat wood with a clear material that would preserve it, reducing the need for paint. That's why coasters are never painted anymore when they're wood. So anyways, I think it just would look a lot better if it was white, because everything in this park's kind of like bright colors or light colors, then you said like this brown. This feels out of place, and then it's gonna rain. All right. But yeah, basically everything else in this park is great. I really like a lot of the architecture, a lot of the new things he does, especially like these city buildings are great. Double Carousel, I mean, like all this stuff is just great. I don't even know how, I mean, you could complain about anything in this park in terms of architecture. There's just lots of variety. Feels like a mess of ideas, which is like what these real sort of open parks would be, where there wasn't like a set entrance fee and you kind of just would like have different people owning different shops and stores. It's going to be a collection of things of entertainment. Like some European parks are still like this, I guess, but for the most part in America and most parts of the world, this kind of stuff doesn't really happen anymore. But I mean, like this, I don't know if this is like a highway or like a tram. I guess it is like a road, but I think it's all really, really nice. And like all these billboards and fire escapes and stuff is great. I love the custom flats, especially this one, and then I like the Noah's Ark as well, which is a classic ride that a lot of these parks would have. I really like the circle swing rockets, and then of course the parachute ride, which I feel like this is probably the at least I would say the iconic attraction in the park. The pier, I mean, this is kind of one of the things I'm like, I think there's a little bit too much architecture. I'm not really sure about the swing ride. I feel like circular rides like this never really work. Especially like I think the heck was a little bit sloppy as well, and I don't know. I think it could have been done a little bit better, and maybe something not architecture focused, because there's just so much here that it kind of gets a little bit overwhelming. But I really like the boardwalk and the trams. Love how he uses the neon, the dark ride ghost train for neon lights and stuff. Lots of really cool stuff. I like how like the lifeguard station and all the towels and chairs and the changing stations and all that I really, really liked. The landscaping is also really, really nice. It feels a bit weird how there's like a giant hill behind this coaster, and I wish he would have kept the supports the way he had them, but it's still really strong. I don't really think this area. I think this area is carried a lot by the coaster, but for the most part, this little park isn't really as strong as the other park. It's still nice, but not as consistent, I guess. I love the hotel, all the fountains, especially this one, and then one over here. I think they're like the same, but landscapings are really nice. I like the hotel, and then the Model T of the car shop is great as well. And of course, I didn't mention this, but the Shoot the Chutes is great. Done really well, and I love the Botanical Garden Sansium Man. That's kind of a nice reference. Love the dark ride. The intro to the dark ride is fantastic, and just like that's exactly what I feel like a dark ride of this era would look like inside. So really nicely done. Definitely feel like this corner of the park is the strongest. I don't say anything else is not great, but needs a little bit more focus. The density was a little bit better. I do like this ride as well. The Scott Virginia reel, yeah. Like how he has the wide turns. It's not something you'd see people use that often. And then the coaster. I mean, this coaster is cool. I think it's a little bit short, like a lot of people said. I think it serves its purpose well. This is one of the first units, Yankee and Bell, and I think it still stands out pretty well. I like the turnaround and how it kind of comes aboard the park, which is great. This was the ship as well. The ship is alright. I don't know. I almost feel like the park would have been better if you would have changed up the boardwalk a little bit to make it a little bit smaller, and then cut out the map, and then put more objects and rides into the park itself to clean it up a little bit. Improve some areas, but who might I say? There's also great details. It's a really strong park. I should mention the flying turns. The flying turns is done perfectly in this ride as well. The whip, witching waves, yeah, whip is great. I think also clever hacks done in this part that help a lot too. But I think the only thing, like I have some problems with the color choice and a lot of the, not a lot, but in a few of the rides and some little details I think could have been improved, but for the most part, I don't really think there's anything to complain about in this kind of park. It's new, it's interesting, it's a clever idea, it's well made. This is good as this kind of style can get, and I like how he tried to make like a unique park style of like urban park. Which I really like. I hope people try to pursue something like this in the future. I've always wanted to make like a old school like Luna Park in RCT, not really on this scale, but maybe for something like head-to-head size. Be a little bit more true to the actual cloned Luna parks that were very popular before the First World War. So, but yeah, I think it's definitely a good, correct score, 85 to 90 for me. Definitely looking forward to his next part. I think it's even going to be better. But yeah.